It started as a convenience, a simple tap to pay, the shiny appeal of Apple Pay, the sign on the coffee shop door saying no cash accepted for your safety. We didn't see it as a threat. We saw it as progress, evolution. But in 2026, looking back, we realize it wasn't evolution. It was an extermination. Physical cash, the paper in your pocket, is being systematically hunted down. Not because it's inefficient, but because it has one feature that governments and central banks absolutely hate: privacy. When you hand someone a $20 bill, that transaction exists only between two people. No data, no tracking, no algorithm analyzing your behavior. It is the last remnant of true financial freedom. But that freedom is expiring. While you were distracted by political theater, the cage was being built around you. Welcome to the era of the CBDC, the digital prison you are about to walk into voluntarily. Most people think the digital dollar is some futuristic project for 2030. They are wrong. The infrastructure is already live. It's called FedNow. Launched quietly, buried under headlines about culture wars, this system is the nervous system of the coming regime. You might ask, I already use digital banking. I use Zelle. What is the difference? Here is the terrifying technical truth. Today, when you use a debit card, your money is a liability of a commercial bank. Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. There is a layer of separation between you and the state. The government needs a warrant, a subpoena, or a court order to see exactly what you bought or to seize your funds. It is a slow, bureaucratic process. With a central bank digital currency, that layer of separation is incinerated. The central bank holds the ledger directly. This creates the ultimate panopticon. They don't just see the amount. They see the metadata. Every coffee you buy at 8 a.m., every magazine subscription you renew, every donation to a political podcaster, every medical bill for a procedure you wanted to keep private. They are building a profile of you, not as a citizen, but as a data point. And in this new system, privacy isn't just optional. It is technically impossible. The code itself is the auditor. And we have seen what happens when the government decides to weaponize the banking system. This is not unprecedented. Remember Operation Choke Point? It was a Department of Justice initiative years ago that pressured banks to cut off financial services to perfectly legal businesses that the administration didn't like. Gun stores, payday lenders, cigar shops. They didn't make them illegal. They just made them unbankable. Now imagine that on steroids. Tomorrow, it won't just be gun stores. It could be anyone who bought the wrong cryptocurrency, or anyone who donated $5 to the wrong YouTube channel. If you attend a protest that is deemed unlawful, your digital wallet could be geofenced, preventing you from buying a train ticket home. This is the reality of the Canadian truckers who had their assets frozen without a trial. That was the beta test. CBDC is the final product. But why now? Why the rush to implement this system? It's not just about control, it's about survival. The current economic system is dying. Look at the US debt clock. It is mathematically unpayable. The government has two choices: default, which crashes the world, or inflate the debt away. But there is a massive problem for the central planners: the zero lower bound. In a normal economy, if the Fed lowers interest rates below zero to stimulate spending, people simply pull their cash out of the bank. Why pay a bank to hold your money when you can keep cash under the mattress for free? Cash is the escape hatch. It limits their power. Enter the CBDC. With a fully digital currency, they can finally eliminate the zero lower bound. They can introduce negative interest rates. Imagine your bank account is like a battery that leaks energy. You have $10,000. The economy enters a recession. The Fed decides they need you to spend. They apply a negative 1% monthly rate. If you don't spend your money, it physically melts away. $100 gone every month automatically. You can't withdraw it. You can't hide it. You are forced to participate in the economy against your will. It is the ultimate tool for Keynesian economists. They can tax your savings without ever passing a tax law. But stealing your purchasing power is just the beginning. The real nightmare is programmable money. This turns your currency into a coupon with terms and conditions. We are already seeing the tokenization of assets being discussed at the Bank for International Settlements. They call it the unified ledger. They want to put your money, your car title, and your home deed on the same programmable blockchain. This opens the door to enforcement mechanisms we have never seen before. In China, the digital yuan is already linked to social behavior. It's coming here, wrapped in the language of climate change and social justice. Imagine trying to book a flight for a holiday, but the system denies the transaction. Not because you don't have the funds, but because you've hit your carbon limit for the year. Or imagine trying to buy meat at the grocery store, and the payment terminal flashes red because you've exceeded your dietary allowance. Or geofencing. During the next crisis or pandemic, your money could be programmed to only work within a 5-mile radius of your home. This isn't a conspiracy theory. Augustin Carstens, the head of the Bank for International Settlements, the central bank of central banks, said it openly. He said, "With cash, we don't know who is using it. With CBDC, we will have absolute control on the rules and regulations regarding the use of that central bank liability. They aren't hiding it. They are telling you exactly what they are going to do. They are telling you that your money is no longer your property. It is a permission slip they can revoke at any time." Now, you might be thinking, "I will never use this. I will refuse. I will stick to cash." But they won't force you with a gun. They are smarter than that. They will lure you with a carrot. The implementation will likely happen during a crisis. The next recession hits. Unemployment spikes. The government will announce a massive stimulus package. Universal basic income. But the check won't come in the mail. To get your $2,000 relief payment instantly, you just need to download the Fed Wallet app. It's free money. Who would say no when the rent is due? Once the majority accepts the app for the free money, the trap shuts. Network effects take over. Retailers will prefer the digital dollar. Cash will be framed as dirty or suspicious. Stores will stop accepting it. And suddenly, you are inside the system with no exit door. The opt-out becomes impossible because the analog world has been dismantled. Order 14,067 laid the groundwork. The technology is ready, but the execution depends on one thing: your compliance. They are building a digital pen, hoping you will walk in for the free food, but you still have a choice. The only way to truly opt out is to own assets that sit outside their digital ledger. Physical gold, self-custody Bitcoin. You do not want money that asks for permission to be spent. Gold and Bitcoin do not ask for a license. They just are. The system is powerful, but it is fragile. It relies on confidence. It relies on you using it. If enough people refuse to enter, the walls crumble. Cash is not just paper. It is privacy. It is liberty. Will you be a user or will you be an owner? Subscribe if you want to stay free.